The line at the high-security museum stretched endlessly. People whispered, scanning their phones nervously. Then came her turn. She handed over her ID, and the guard laughed, scanning it with a bored smirk. "Nice try," he muttered, but the moment the emblem on her ID lit up, a blinding glow filled the room. Cameras stopped clicking. Guards froze mid-step. Even the most seasoned security officers couldn't move. Silence, deep, reverent, and absolute, swallowed the room. Whispers turned into gasps as everyone realized that this was no ordinary visitor. The emblem wasn't just a symbol. It was a legacy of power, secrecy, and influence that demanded respect. And in that moment, she commanded the attention of everyone present. This is the story of authority, hidden identity, and a revelation that left the world in stunned silence. The sun dipped low over the sprawling city, painting golden streaks across the glass towers. Inside the world-renowned Arcane Museum, a crowd waited in anticipation, buzzing with excitement over the unveiling of a secret exhibit. Security was tight, ID checks, biometric scans, and multiple checkpoints, but one visitor stood out in ways nobody expected. Her name was Selina Reyes, but few knew the weight her name carried. On the surface, she looked ordinary, sharp, composed, dressed in a sleek black coat, carrying nothing more than a small leather case. But what she held beneath the calm exterior was extraordinary. At the front of the line, the guard scrutinized each visitor. Selina handed her ID to the lead officer, who snorted as he glanced at her credentials. "Nice try," he muttered under his breath. Her ID seemed ordinary, a standard visitor pass, but the emblem embossed in the corner remained dormant. Until she pressed her thumb to it, suddenly, the emblem glowed a vivid sapphire, pulsating with light that reflected across the room. The lead officer froze. The chatter of the crowd faded. Cameras snapped, but for once, no one dared step closer. Every eye turned toward Selina. "This can't be," muttered a security officer, stepping back. The glow intensified, revealing patterns and symbols that no one in the room could recognize. It wasn't just an ID, it was a key, a legacy of authority and influence dating back centuries. Selina walked calmly past the stunned guards, each step measured, confident. The crowd parted instinctively, as if some invisible force demanded they give way. The museum curator, usually commanding and sharp-tongued, paled at the sight. "How? Where did she get that?" he whispered. Inside the main exhibit hall, the hidden vault doors began to resonate with a deep hum, responding to the emblem. Selina's ID was not a visitor pass, it was a signal to unlock secrets that had been protected for generations. "Everyone, step back," she instructed, her voice calm but carrying undeniable authority. The glow from the emblem danced across her hand, and in that light, the true power of her lineage became apparent. She was the last heir of a secret order, guardians of knowledge and artifacts that had been hidden from the world for centuries. The crowd, initially skeptical, now watched. Security officers, who had chuckled mere seconds ago, now bowed slightly, understanding that they were in the presence of someone far beyond their jurisdiction. Even the most seasoned curators and historians exchanged nervous glances, realizing the room had just witnessed a legacy in motion. Selina opened her leather case, revealing a compact device that interfaced with the emblem. The glowing ID pulsed in response, syncing with the museum's central system. Hidden compartments opened silently, revealing artifacts that had been sealed away for decades, and scrolls, jeweled relics, and manuscripts that chronicled secrets long thought lost. One of the artifacts, a crystalline orb, reflected the sapphire glow of her emblem. The entire room seemed to vibrate with energy as Selina approached it. Whispered gasps echoed. Scholars, journalists, and security personnel all felt the weight of history pressing down on them. "Do not touch anything without my command," Selina said, her eyes scanning the room. "These items are not for display, are for preservation, understanding, and protection. Misuse them, and the consequences will extend far beyond these walls." A brave young curator stepped forward. "But how is this possible? We've safeguarded these relics for decades." "How did you gain clearance?" Selina smiled faintly. "Clearance isn't given, it's inherited." She tapped the emblem lightly. "This emblem represents generations of guardians. I am the final heir, tasked with ensuring that what was once hidden remains protected and that the world understands its value at the right time." Security officers, who had doubted her moments ago, now moved to escort her to the most secure areas, following her instructions precisely. They no longer questioned her authority. Her calm command was undeniable. Absolute. The crowd outside the immediate perimeter whispered in awe. Cameras continued to capture every second, but social media could not do justice to what had just happened. A simple ID scan had revealed not just an identity, but centuries of legacy, discipline, and secret power. Selina worked quickly but deliberately, organizing artifacts, activating protective measures, and cataloging items that had remained untouched. For decades, she instructed the team on preservation techniques, noting subtle details only someone of her lineage would know. Every gesture, every command, reflected training, discipline, and understanding that transcended the ordinary. By the time the sun had completely set, the museum was silent once more. The artifacts were secure, the exhibit had been partially updated, and the staff, once skeptical, now held reverence for the young woman who had entered their world and instantly commanded respect. Before leaving, Selina turned to the lead security officer, the one who had laughed at her ID. She extended her hand calmly. "Respect is earned through understanding," she said softly, "and discipline is the bridge that carries it." The officer, humbled and awestruck, nodded without a word. He had laughed moments ago, but now he understood the true meaning of authority, legacy, and discipline. As Selina exited the museum, her emblem dimmed to a soft glow, no longer drawing attention but retaining its latent power. Outside, the city continued its rush, oblivious to the quiet but profound shift that had occurred inside those walls. A single scan had changed everything, revealing that appearances can deceive, that power can be silent, and that true authority comes not from force, but from mastery of self and legacy. By the time she disappeared into the night, the room remained in stunned silence. Witnesses would recount the story for years to come. The day a simple ID scan transformed a room of skeptics into believers, and one young woman reminded the world that some legacies are not to be challenged, they are to be honored. And somewhere deep within the city, whispers began to spread. The heir has returned, and she carries the weight of centuries. If this story amazed you, remember, true power isn't about what you show. It's about the legacy you carry, and the discipline you uphold. Selina's simple ID scan revealed centuries of secrets and authority, but it also reminded us that appearances can be deceiving. Tell us in the comments, how would you react if you discovered someone's hidden power in front of you? Like this video if you believe discipline and legacy are stronger than arrogance. Subscribe now for more thrilling stories full of suspense, mystery, and life-changing lessons. Share this video with friends who love mind-blowing reveals and cinematic moments. They won't forget it.